drawing is not the right word. Creating the life that I actually want to live myself,
Wow.
without my parents, bothering me much. Because back home, because like not everybody experiences this, but I think many people out there will experience this. They would feel that there's something they want to do or they want to achieve, but living with
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen Brenner. If you just seeing this face today and this beautiful one here today, you're welcome back to my channel. And on this channel, I'll bring people to talk about experience. I vlog and also I give you guys so many details about living abroad and living currently in China as a black girl or any race you are. Today I'm here with a very beautiful guest. Okay, she's been on my channel for like once, and you know, a lot of you talk about her and her story was very unique, and you all talked about how eloquent she spoke. So today I'm just gonna bring her back because you guys asked me to. But now on our LLA series, before further ado, I'm just gonna ask her to introduce herself. Okay, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Shunko, and I'm from Laos, and that's not a very common name, by the way, but yeah, it's a unique name. I am from Laos, and I've been living here in China for 3 years. I came in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have lived in Qingdao for 1 year, and in Jinan for 2 years.
Wow,
Yes.
that's 3 years already.
Yes, 3 years.
Okay, that's almost, I'm almost here for like 3 years as well. So we live in Qingdao and Jinan. Actually, I was asking you about Qingdao and Jinan in the last video on our TMI series and talked about their slight differences. But today I'm gonna be asking you, like, how does it feel living your life abroad? Living your life in a country like China? What are the differences? And also, do you feel same when you were back home, and do you still feel same right now? And if you do, what's the difference? I mean, so I'm going to be starting with the first question. When did you officially leave your parents?
I officially moved out of my parents' house when I was 19.
And that was when?
Oh, when I was 19, when I got this scholarship to Qingdao,
Okay.
I just packed my suitcase and just hop on the plane and left. That's how I just moved out of my parents' house. But they were still financially supporting me here and there because it's my first time in another country. Um, but before I talk about other experiences, I would like to clarify that I am from Laos. Like my nationality is Laos, but I wasn't born there. I was born in Thailand, and I have lived in Thailand all my life, except for sometimes we would go and visit family back in Laos.
Okay.
So I've lived in Thailand for 19 years.
Wow.
So, Thailand is not my country of citizenship. So you guys could say I have lived in a foreign country for the rest of my, for the first 19 years of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I moved out of my parents' house.
But at least you were in Thailand, and boy, you were still living with your parents, right?
Yeah, I was in Thailand and I was living with my parents. I attended elementary, middle, and high school in Thailand. Yeah, all of those things there.
Cool, guys. I think she actually talked about all this on our TMI series, the interview we had. She talked about how she moved there, even the Laos culture, and so many things. I'm just gonna link it up here. Just check it out, and do not forget to subscribe. Actually, if this is what you want to come back for, do not forget to send to people. Do not forget to send to all the Laotians out there, all the Chinese out there, people that are not able to enter China right now. Just send it to them so they will be guided. So speaking about not able to come to China right now, how do you feel about it? Do you like want more Laotians to come join you here, or like how do you feel about the fact international students or anybody right now are unable to come to China?
I think it's kind of sad because if they want to come to China
Mm-hmm.
and they can't do that, I think it's quite disappointing
Oh.
for everybody that wants to come to China,
Mm-hmm.
not only people from my country.
Okay.
And so your question was like how I felt about people not coming.
How you felt when you knew that okay, people will stop coming, and how you still feel right now?
I don't really feel anything. I'm just
Really?
no, I'm just indifferent.
Okay. Okay.
If people think that they want to move to China because
Mhm.
they want to move to China, then yeah, sure, just come. Or when like China opens its borders, like just come.
But they are unable right now. So do you
Yeah,
feel for them in kind of way like, do you really want people to come because you want to make friends, or you want people around, or you just feel okay if they come or not, you're not bothered?
I'm not bothered. I'm indifferent.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
different, guys. Like I really want people to come in because I feel like people you knew 2 years ago are all gone. I want people to come. I want China to be that China that I always hear about, like foreigners everywhere, you having friends and all of that. Oh yeah, that's you. I totally understand that. Okay, I'm gonna come back, sir. I'm gonna be coming back right now to you leaving your parents. Do you
oh,
think
okay.
your life then and now, what are some differences you can point out? Like you're Shunko, you've been Shunko then,
Yeah.
3 years ago, and now. What have changed?
Hmm. Major differences would be just making life decisions for myself and
Wow,
drawing. Not really drawing.
changed.
Hmm. Major differences would be just making life decisions for myself and
Wow.
drawing. Not really drawing. Drawing is not the right word. Creating the life that I actually want to live for myself
Wow.
without my parents, you know, bothering me much.
Mm.
Because back home,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like not everybody experiences this, but I
Mm-hmm.
think many people out there will experience this.
Mm.
They would feel that there's something they want to do or they want to achieve, but living with parents and like the whole vibe of everything just kind of holds them back.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what I felt when I lived with my parents. I'm
Oh.
not saying that they're not supportive or anything; they are very supportive. But I just feel this huge feeling of being hesitant
Hmm.
when I lived with them. I just felt like I couldn't really be myself. I couldn't really
Really?
express myself. And I'm
Oh.
not talking about doing crazy or reckless things. That's not what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Okay.
I'm actually talking about trying new things, doing
Hmm.
what, you know, like
What do you like
just
to do?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. For
Oh.
example,
Mhm.
yeah, this is just one random example I
Mhm.
could think of right now. Is if I wanted to go camping with
Mhm.
a bunch of people
Mhm.
that I don't have to necessarily know them well for
Mhm.
years, like stuff like that.
Mhm.
But if I'm comfortable enough to go with them and I want to go camping with them, um, if it was right now, I can just go.
Mhm.
I can just explore my own life
Mhm.
without talking to my parents about it.
Mhm.
But then back then, I can't. I just can't
Mhm.
because whatever I wanted to do,
Mhm.
it's always through them. Like I get it, I
Oh.
get why, but I'm at the same time I'm saying it's not convenient, and that has held me back for many years.
Wow. Wow. So
Yeah,
you thought you
seriously.
would have explored more if you had left your parents earlier.
That one too, or if things weren't the way they were back
Mhm.
home.
Mhm. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is not me blaming anybody. I'm just
Mhm.
telling you guys this is how it was back home.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
just it was
Okay.
just I just felt
Okay.
very hesitant. It was not a comfortable place to be in
So in one word, like, would you call yourself independent right now?
right now.
Mhm. Would you say you are independent? 100%.
I would say around 85%
Oh.
independent. All the decisions I
Mhm.
make are just I just make them on my own.
Yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I were to get a full-time job, boom, that's it.
That's it. You don't have to, mommy, I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah.
Oh no, I don't call them. I don't tell them anymore. When I'm gonna go for a sleepover, go camp, go to anywhere. Even if I'm gonna leave my school dorm for a few nights, like they don't know about these things. I don't tell them.
Cool.
Yeah. So if I get my own full-time job, boom.
Boom, guys, like boom.
I can just like fly to Shanghai
Uh-huh.
tomorrow. If I want to fly to Shanghai tomorrow, like that's what I want to do.
And you do it.
And I'm just gonna do it. Even if they're like, oh, maybe let's not do that yet. No, I'm doing it. It's my money.
Okay.
Like you're calling from Thailand to tell me to not do this. No, I'm doing it.
All right. So you guys, I wouldn't want this video to be extremely long, because if we just keep talking, we can be up like 1 hour, 2 hours, because it's more like two friends discussing. So I'm gonna be asking her the last question, but before I ask that, please do not forget to subscribe, and also let me know in the comment section whom you like to see again on this channel, whom you like me to interview, or or what country you want me to bring up on this LLA series. So the LLA, if you don't know, actually means living life abroad. That brings me to my last question, which is, what are the advantage and the disadvantage? Oh gosh, what are the advantage and disadvantage of you living abroad?
I would say I'm just gonna discuss the disadvantages first.
Okay.
The disadvantages would be getting to learn and to understand another culture. So since I have lived in a foreign country all my life, when I first came to China, I was 19. I didn't really think much about the cultural aspects, which I should have thought about that. Seriously. I just came here for that. I just came. I came here like. The disadvantages are, I think, like you have to put in time and effort to learn a different culture. It could be easy for some people, but then for some people it's gonna be difficult. Especially if you're from another continent coming to Asia.
True.
Yeah, you will face lots of culture shocks, which I have faced lots of culture shocks too.
Which do you think is your biggest one?
Culture shock?
As an
So
Asian in Asia.
okay, so I'm Asian, and the concept that I'm gonna discuss is not foreign to me, but I just don't care. It's called like giving face. Have you heard of it?
面子.
面子, yeah, in Chinese it's called 面子. It's more like honor. It's not really respect. I don't really think that's respect. So the basic concept of 面子 is to make somebody look good. As okay, like this is how I understand this concept is to make someone look good. Do not embarrass him in front of people. Or just basically in front of anybody, or just don't make that person feel embarrassed, like
belittled,
dishonored. If dishonor is the right word or not, I'm not sure. But this concept, okay, I might be really bad at explaining this because I'm just pulling it from the top of my head. So if you guys want to know, you should really just Google it. Just go to Wikipedia.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's coming from Shunko. Okay.
Yeah. But then this whole concept is more about honor and shame rather than respect. So it's like you have to put this person on a pedestal, which is something I don't do. I don't put nobody on a pedestal. Like you're you.
Okay.
So yeah. So I came to China, and this concept was this cultural aspect was really strong here. I live in Thailand, which is also in Asia, but I don't really care about this aspect, just like I said. But then when I came here, I felt like it was more stronger. It was stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I had to adjust. I felt very uncomfortable because I just felt like it's a really big thing for me to adjust.
Wow.
I give people respect, like I
Mhm.
respect you, even if I don't agree on some
Mhm.
stuff with you, but okay, that's your decision. Okay, you do it. You
Okay.
know, it's stuff like that. I do my thing, you do your thing.
Mhm.
We can agree to disagree. This is what I do.
Okay.
But in here in China, what I've experienced, it's not really like that. People are kind of, not everybody, of course, but many people out there are kind of, they just want to smooth the water. They just want to, they don't want to confront, or they don't want to
Oh, yeah.
disagree
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
They don't want to voice their opinions much. And I'm not saying these things are positive or negative. I'm just saying like this, it is what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're somebody like me who's kind of outspoken and
Mhm.
opinionated, it's gonna be hard for you.
Mm.
I hope not too hard though, because I really struggle with this a lot.
Wow.
And another thing is that another cultural thing is the seniority.
Wow.
Like if I'm younger, I should respect the older generations.
Oh, really? Is that a cultural shock? I think
Not really, but I feel it's a lot more stronger here.
here. Oh, really? Like you guys
Yeah,
don't care about it in Laos or
we
Thailand?
do care about it, but I just feel like it's so intense here.
Oh, wow. Cool. Okay, that's new.
Yeah,
That's new. Like hearing that from an Asian. Oh,
I don't really agree with these kinds of things.
really?
Yeah,
Okay. So what are the things you think living life abroad has added to you? What are the
the
advantage?
advantages, right?
Yeah.
Mm, I know you guys might have been expecting this answer, but it's, you get to be more independent, and you get to learn life away from your parents. You actually kind of just, I don't really know how to explain this, but
Mhm.
you kind of
You do
learn
your
more.
thing.
Yeah, you do your thing. You kind of learn more about life
Mhm.
compared to when you were with your parents and living with your parents.
Mm.
You know, you
Okay.
get to make all sorts of decisions by yourself. You got to confront the things that you were afraid to confront.
Mhm.
When I first came here, my Chinese wasn't so good. I could speak, but I would stutter like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't really speak Chinese back home.
Oh,
So I had to,
learn like a
yeah,
new.
I had to learn the language. But
Wow.
when I needed help on the streets or anywhere, I had to speak up.
Mm.
I just had to go. I just had to go in there and just ask, speak up, stuff like that.
Cool.
Which
Cool.
it's not. Which is like, you know, the more you do those kinds of things,
Mhm.
the more you learn and the better you become,
Okay.
generally speaking. So
Okay.
yeah, that's one
Actually,
advantage.
talking about being independent, like moving away from your parents, I think not everyone that comes to abroad lived with their parents before they came. Like personally, for
Oh
me,
yeah, yeah.
I didn't live with my parents. I left home at 16. Okay, that was I think 2012 when I was how old? I think 16 then. And then I left my parents. I stayed with my sister, and then later I started living alone. So I didn't really live with my parents. I never had that bond. But coming to China actually has added to me in the sense that I've seen even more life than not living with my parents. Apart from the independence, I always had independence back home, but living here added a lot. I'm not gonna go deep into that, but it added a lot. That's all I'll have to say. Okay, so apart from being more independent and all of that, do you have another advantage like living abroad has added to you?
Managing your money.
How? How? I mean, you spend your money more actually. Really?
Spend more or less, that's up to you. But it's the
Oh,
way that you budget and manage your money.
oh, it helps you think about it.
It
Oh.
makes you think about it. It doesn't help you. It just pushes you down there. Just go, do it. Oh, you didn't do it? Well, you're not gonna have
Okay.
enough money for next month, and that's your
True,
fault.
true, true. So you is that an advantage or disadvantage?
That's an advantage.
Okay,
Because
okay.
in the future,
It's gonna
whatever
help
you do,
you.
you're gonna
True,
have to be managing your finances.
true,
You're gonna
true.
have to budget. For example, this is what I do.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, this
like
video is getting so long. Sorry. How many minutes? 20. Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna wrap up.
Okay.
So what I do is, for example, in 1 month there are 4 weeks. So 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, I'm gonna have to budget the money that I will buy for groceries.
Oh,
Yeah.
already? Okay.
Yeah, so I would budget that money. For example, just examples, I would spend um 250 yuan on, like, fruits, veggies, meat for that 2 weeks. And then I would make sure that it doesn't go beyond my budget.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just a random example of
So
managing
did
your
you did you
finances.
did you get to learn it living abroad, or you knew that back home?
I knew that my mom did that, but I never
You
actually
never did.
went and
Oh,
asked her how she did it, what are
why
the
she did it and all.
on all of the process and stuff like that. I never, I just knew that she did that. Oh, okay. But when I came here, I just had
You
to
were
do it.
forced to.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't have enough money to spend throughout the month,
Oh,
and you're gonna need some emergency money too.
sure, sure.
Yeah, because I'm not the kind of person who would call somebody and ask for money
Hmm.
unless I'm in the really really deep stuff, and that's my only hope. Then I'll do it. But I don't do those kinds of stuff. So I need to be self-sufficient.
Okay, I've really learned a lot. Okay, that is what about I like about, like, whenever I interview people on my YouTube, I learn a lot of things. Maybe you'll be thinking, okay, you know so many things, but when you hear from people, you hear their stories, you hear how they think, you definitely know that, okay, there are a lot of things
Yeah.
you need to learn. So thank you so much for honoring my invitation on today's LLA session.
My pleasure.
Hope I'll be having you more and more often on our different topics. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you've watched to this point, just leave any emoji. Okay, leave any emoji in the comment section, and I'm gonna see you next time. How do you say bye again? I forgot.
In Laos,
Yeah, you told me bye bye or something.
we can say bye bye, but
Uh-huh.
many people just say sok di. Sok di,
Oh.
it means like good luck, or like when people are
Oh.
partying, they're like, oh, good luck, bye,
luck,
something like
bye.
that. But we say sok di da.
Sakudao, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.